Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Markets Waves. The 11th of October, today, the first Monday, not first Monday, first day of the week, let's just say. And I think we are going to have an interesting session following the NFP. You know that the numbers didn't really get markets excited as much as, well, everybody had hoped, or the analysts at least have hoped, because it definitely missed their forecast. However, we've seen a quick rotation back to, whatever sort of moves we saw, we saw nearly a full reversion. So it makes you ask yourself where markets are heading after that. And I think it's a very important month. Of course, it's October. Usually it is known for its big dumps in the market, especially for the stocks, of course. We've got quite a few headlines expected from the US regarding the US government debt ceiling. Well, the NFP changes the narrative around interest rates perhaps as well. So obviously this is not going to happen just now, just today. I'm just saying that October is a critical month in my opinion. We finished the last quarter as well, so probably looking to see some good moves taking place. In either case, guys, today we are going to talk about the US index, dollar again oil, Dow Jones and natural gas. We were talking about the prices of the index the other day, if you can call it the price, and we're looking at this potential move to continue up, okay? But that didn't happen, of course. We've corrected. And now this correction is twofold. First of all, that can be seen as ABC, right? So with that being seen as ABC as well, we can expect another couple of them get a triangle and move all the way up in wave 3 or 4, and then the 5. The other sort of case here, because this also can be seen as an ABC, but also, it can be sort of, 1, 2, then 3, 4, and 5. But it's not really likely to be the case, but, just saying that can be an ABC, that can be 1, 2, 1, 2, then 3, 4, and 5, and continue lower down. But I don't think this is the case. This is an alternative that doesn't really fit the rest of the structure. But ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be the case. Okay, so that might be still 1, 2, 1, 2. We might say 3, 4, and 5. That is going to be a flat. Now, in case we see prices heading that direction, the best thing to do is draw a channel and wait for wave C to end down here. This is what we'll have to do during flats. Now, it could be a case where this is still some sort of ending diagonal or something like this, and we're going to get something like that. That would be the case if we break above the trend line, okay? Or not, that would be the case. It will have more probabilities of happening. Don't also forget that we have talked about, and we keep talking about every time, the fact that, this may be, 1, 2, 3, and 4 already, right? And we might just get one leg up, not one up, one down, and one up as we expect. And we are seeing this as wave 4. But let's not forget, if we get a bit further out, okay, we don't necessarily need to stop there, okay? This is just a guideline, a double 4 for a continuation down. But let's not forget that we can literally go, guys, up to the 98 to invalidate that leg to the downside, okay? And let's just put a bit more perspective in this, since we are just gone to the longer time now. Maybe I should just take wave 2. Okay, let's just do that. Let's just take wave 2. My wave 2, yeah. The 50 is at around 95. The 61.8 is at 96.20. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if we broke that level, because we're all talking about this, you know, looking this and that, but the truth is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is possible. That can be my 1. We could be getting my 2 now, and that is going to be a flat or something, or any other W, X, and Y. 3, 4, and 5. That is possible. So, you know, don't get surprised if we break above that 44. It's not the top. Okay, it's a potential top. Enough with this. Let's go to dollar yen. Last time I was looking at a potential flat, okay, because volumes were not good. I was not really surprised with the volumes. Plus, this move to the upside really looks like, you know, it doesn't look like an impulse or anything else, okay? And look at the volumes here are supporting volumes rather than anything else. Now, that suggests, since we broke the 138.2, right, that there is no flat. It suggests, not necessarily that there is none. We have to wait because, you know, to be honest with you guys, if we look at not the classic but the modern Elliott wave theory, wave B can extend more than 138.2. Okay, so we have to wait and see how this is going to play out today, maybe even tomorrow. Depends if it stagnates or not. But we have to assume now that the flat is not done. Okay. However, there is higher probabilities that this correction ended down here, and this is 1 and 2. Yeah, perhaps maybe even 2 down here because it makes more sense. And this is 1 and 2, and it's going to be a 3, a 4, and a 5. Now, if this is a 3, guys, and if this is the third of the third, where are my volumes is the question. You do know that third wave volumes, we see at least 3 successive hours of increasing volumes, okay, increasing like between one another. So we're missing the volumes here. That's why I was skeptical about this move to the upside. That's why last time I said most likely a flat, like being a wave 2, because these volumes do not belong to a wave 3. So if we think about it a bit, you know, we still, and we could be in some sort of correction here. And that might be A, B, and that might be C. 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For a wave C, these volumes will make more sense than they do for a wave E, for a wave 3, I'm sorry. So we've got to put our FIBO here and look at the next levels up. 112.63, 113.13, 113.77. If on the way up we stop at 113.77 and we start receiving big volumes up here and we see some potential move to the downside, that is very likely to be a reversal, and most likely we'll have an ABC here for a 3, for a C wave rather than a 3. Okay, because as I said before, I don't really like these volumes. Now, what else could be the case? Okay, that might be ABC here. Okay, and that's the second. Maybe we get ABC, and if we're going to get a big decline and we enter the territory of wave 1, that could be a leading diagonal, open leading diagonal. And these sort of volumes can be expected in a diagonal, but not in an impulse. Okay, so I'm still, you know, between the patterns here, because volume cannot add some clarity. It's a similar case with the oil. Okay, you know that I didn't like these volumes all the way from down up. This one is something that is very good, but there is no continuation. It was just one candle, you know, got 1, 2, and that's it. Full blown up, false break all the way down. And now what we see another increase in prices. Volumes are somewhat okay-ish, but they decline. Another one to keep an eye on. Okay, that didn't get to the invalidation or slash validation level, get around 80 to 80. But if you remember last time, we were talking about this being 1, 2, AB, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so if we get a move to the downside from here, I mean, we can continue literally up and then move down, right? And interfere with this previous wave without crossing the trend line, they're most likely to get another leg up and get this ending diagonal pattern for a continuation to the downside. Now, if we break above 80 to 80, without that, meaning there is no flat, I will repeat again, because it can extend, wave B can extend more, we could be looking, or the probabilities of that at least will increase. WXY, we're down here in 2 or in B, and this is 1, 2, we're gonna get 3 and 4, and that is gonna be our 5. Okay. That cannot be an ABC though. It cannot be, you know, it wouldn't be A, B, C, if you understand what I'm saying. It would not really belong in this flat. It would be too long, or would last too long to be part of this structure. Okay. So what else we can look at over here? Okay, because if you remember, we are moving up in the cycle wave move. Okay, we can still see this as a, you know, potential. This could be literally the one over here, right? So that could be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we might get a full down for wave 2. Okay, so it might just not be in term, which is in the longer term there is more upside. But for now we'll have to break it down as we see it. Okay, unless if we assume 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is cycle wave 3. This is cycle wave 4. And this is cycle wave 5. And then we are going to see a big drop. All of those scenarios are possible. Which one will come out being the case, of course, in the end, it's going to be proved. But once the pattern is completed, until then, we have to go with what the market shows. And for now, we see more upside, but it looks like there is an exhaustion. Dow, we were expecting this wave X up. We've broken above the channel though. And we're currently seeing a retest. Excuse me. Does this mean we're going to move higher? Well, it means that there is some bias to the upside. However, I think this is going to be one more up and done. You remember A, B, and C? This is a flat, okay? And it's a regular flat, which means we're not going to see prices going much beyond this level here, according to the guidelines. But I'm expecting perhaps maybe a consolidation here and a move up, a fresh high, and then continue down with an ABC in wave 4. Okay. If we turn, well, then that must be some sort of triangle, let's say, weird looking triangle. And that is probably 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And then we're going to correct in 2 and then get 3, 4, and 5. If we enter back within the channel, there are more chances, of course, to move lower down, and that is going to be W, X, and Y. If we don't, and we keep moving up, then chances of that being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are going to increase. Now, the volumes over here, guys, are good, to be fair. The volumes are good, okay, for a third wave. But it might just be the third wave of the flat. So pay attention to, you know, to the high over here around the 35K, okay, and whether we return back within the channel or not, and what happens after that. Natural gas, by the way, that has been an amazing call. We're down at 2 something when we talked about this. Anyway, you remember I did a few changes last time. I'm not going to go through them again. We're looking at wave 3 having ended here, and we're expecting for wave 4. It looks to me like an ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, perhaps for 4, or maybe it's already ended 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a running flat pattern. That means we're going to start seeing prices moving up, but this pattern does not look really impulsive or promising for more upside. Now, on a different note, that could also be ABC, which means we are going to get a running triangle here, okay? And then continue higher up. And that makes a bit more sense on the volumes, but also on the structure, because our wave 2, obviously, it's a bit, well, it lasted a bit longer. Let's just see, like 56 days. So currently, so far, what do we see? Like maybe not even half of that, if we assume that's the low. Well, yeah, like 13 days. It's not even, it's not even a fourth, like a fourth or something. So this is what we're looking for this, okay? Don't forget, we also talked about potentially that becoming some sort of, ending diagonal here. So if that's the case, depending on how many legs we're gonna get up, then our 3 might even be here, okay? Or maybe that sort of ending diagonal might be the 5th one over here. That might be our 3rd over here, and might get the 4th one later, which means we're going to stay in this area for a while, for a few weeks at least, okay? So in either case, we need to see, of course, a break above the 650 or a break below the 530 to make more sort of to get a guide, okay, get a guide of what markets are showing here and where we can potentially go, what patterns this can enable in terms of, well, always using probability. So that's going to be all for the day, guys. Enjoy the rest of the trading session, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment on our YouTube section. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll speak again soon.